first video edition of Ask Fury Anything. Give you guys a little bit of background on what happened today if you guys don't follow me on Instagram. I was originally trying to film this out on my balcony because I was like, wow, it's a nice day and I finally get to use this like this. This is going to be great. No. Fucking wasp held my shit hostage for like 2 hours and finally got to the point where I was like, I called my leasing office to see if maintenance could come and just like help me get my shit inside because I'm deathly allergic to wasps. And so I was like, oh fuck, no, someone help me. And my landlady said, like, if she couldn't get maintenance to come out, she was going to come do it herself. Well, I sat there for, like, 30 minutes with my cat trying to comfort me, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go do it. So, like, I went out there, and I was like, I cracked the door open, and I was just, like, slowly trying to move shit in. And then the last second, like, I grabbed the chair that because the way, what I was trying to do is because there's no table out there, I had to put books on a chair and then put the laptop I'm filming on top of that. So at the last second, like, I had just gotten the laptop. And then I snatched the chair and then shit back and ran it, like, slammed the door. I was just sitting on the other side, like, yeah, so, like, about 2 hours and 30 minutes just to do this part. Just to end up at my kitchen table. Today on I didn't know I was that awkward. Okay, so we're just gonna jump into this. Your go-to positive motivational songs. I like We Are Giants by Lindsay Sterling. Fall Apart by Icon for Hire. I like, honestly, a lot of Black Hill Bride songs are really good for, like, motivation, just trying to, like, get pumped and whatever. First, for me, it was, I lived on Never Give In until Set the World on Fire came out, and then I kind of lived on the title track for that one. But lately it's been Wake Up, because, like, dude, like, I actually play that in the morning, and it really gets me pumped for my day, and I get super energized and just, like, feel like I'm about to kick ass. Even though I don't. I work at a call center. Centuries by Fall Out Boy, that really kind of just was like a fuck you, I got this shit kind of song. I really like that. And I definitely also have to say, so many choices in My Chemical Romance I can't even pick. Yeah. Speaking of, what inspiration do you take from Icon for Hire, as in what elements of their music and image and shit inspires your own musical content and taste? Well, the first thing that drew me to them in the beginning was I liked the thought-provoking lyrics, you know? I liked that it wasn't like, you know, so much imagery, but it was like, you know, with their first EP and with the Grey EP subsequent, it was like direct, and it was, hey, this is what I have to say, this is what I'm thinking about, you know, this is what I believe. And I'm like, whoa, that was the first time I'd ever heard anything like that. So I definitely wanted to retain that, and they've also kept that in their records since then, and I've always wanted to just kind of keep incorporating something that would make people really stop and think. I wanted to be a lyricist like that. As far as image, Ariel was the one who inspired me to start making my own clothes, and you know, I definitely have to say that I also love that the fan base is such a loving and inclusive community. It really helped me to grow as an artist, both musically and in the fashion business. You can't see this, but yeah, this got my cat, well, her cat, but our cat over the, just fucking give me the cat. Hey, Amber, say hi to the internet. No, get off the table. Yeah, I definitely got inspired to do that, and I've had lots of encouragement throughout all the stages of making clothes. So it's been great. Oh, and of course, honestly, their energy. I really loved the stage presence. It was something that, like, the first time I saw them in 2014 at Warped Tour, I had described it in a journal entry as like having a shot of Monster straight to the heart, like just straight up inject that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to incorporate that as well. What was the first song you covered? Depends on what you mean. Like, the first time I covered anything in front of a group, I was 13. It was this thing that my choir did in my middle school on Fridays. We would all just pick certain songs that we were really feeling or just really wanted to do, and we'd cover them for the group and get critiques from our director. I covered Hailstorm's Blue Eyes, and it was way out of my vocal range at the time, and it was crap. But I loved doing it. That was like the first song that really grabbed hold of me. Like, it legit just reached out, and it made me realize, oh, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I wanted that just the feeling that I got from hearing the song. But the first song I did with, like, a mic involved and everything as, like, official, I guess, was Rebel Love Song by Black Veil Brides, and I did it at the youth band's back to school thing. Like, it's not like church related. Like, the organization's actually called Youth Bands. It's a nonprofit organization in my area, and it was pretty fun. Again, I sucked because I was like 14 and I had no way to hear myself. The only thing I could hear was the instrumental in the background, and yeah, I just couldn't hear anything, so I couldn't hear myself at all. But so I'm pretty sure I sucked. But I remember I had a great time, and I had the one thing that I remember was that I loved the energy and the feeling that I got. What was the first song you wrote? The first song I wrote was called Yellow Slides. I was 6 years old, and it was about this
Yellow slide?
Shut the fuck up. It was slides, plural, thank you.
You said it was about this A.
Yeah, it was.
Like
you cut me off.
singular.
Shut the fuck up. You cut me off. It was about this young couple that would never be star-crossed lovers kind of thing.
The slide and the swing.
It was basically because I wanted my crush to meet me under the yellow slide so I could tell him in person that I liked him. It didn't work. It didn't work out. So the song was about it never being able to happen.
Because you can't marry dogs.
No. Anyway, but I would fictionalize it a little bit in the song. It was like about a prince and a princess. Because that somehow made it less obvious. Are you working on anything new for Dark Designs? Not quite. I'm actually trying to get with, like, just kind of like deal with the stuff that's currently in there before I start moving on. But I am learning new techniques and trying to make new kinds of things to eventually be able to sell those. So yeah, and I also have some things that I'm trying to do. I tried to do this last year and the year before. It didn't quite work out. Actually, I think the year before that too. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to do custom pride items for June. If you don't stop, I'm gonna turn this camera on you. Yeah, that's what I thought. trying to do custom Pride items for June, because June is National Pride Month. What are your plans for future covers? At some point, I'd like to have future covers. I'd like to have more of them to have instrumentals in the background, because yes, acapella covers give me a chance to kind of exaggerate some parts more than others, but I also just kind of feel like I'd rather have it be a little bit more official and do it that way. But for the most part, covers end up being largely based off of whatever is stuck in my head. She's got the other cat, and you can't see it. Put her on. Let her come here, so because otherwise it just says she's. This is Livy.
Answering questions you didn't even have to ask.
And you can find her on Instagram. She has an account at @little_miss_Livy.
She doesn't like to be held, little bitch.
You can follow her on Instagram.
She likes to cuddle.
But yeah, covers are based largely off of whatever's stuck in my head. So just basically like whatever pops in my head, and then the song gets stuck in my head, and then I end up just going, "Hey, I'm gonna cover this."
Sometimes it's because I tell you to do it.
Favorite episode of Psych and favorite nickname for Gus. Okay, so my favorite nickname for Gus is not in my favorite episode of Psych. My favorite episode of Psych is the musical, because Inspector Jamaican Man, or Jamaican Inspector Man, my bad. I loved that. I thought that shit was really funny at the end of the whole episode. But my favorite nickname for Gus is Gus TT Showbiz, because I thought that was really, I don't know, the extra T stands for talent. Your most treasured experience interacting with the incredible Teresa Jean, something she said to you or did for you that stuck deeply with you or lifts you up to this day. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, she's the lead singer of the Nearly Deads, and I think probably my favorite experience, it's really hard to pick because there's a lot, that she's just so amazing. So, but I think my favorite personal experience was a couple of years ago. I sent her and the guys a care package, and I'd also been like, hey, would you mind if I got some pictures so that I could put them in my Etsy shop? And when they got the package, TJ tweeted a photo of her wearing the choker on the official Nearly Dead's Twitter account, and basically it was kind of like a little shout out moment, and my little fangirl heart kind of exploded. I was definitely hugely enthralled with that, and I was also super stoked that I got to have this picture of her in my Etsy shop going, hey, look guys, somebody actually awesome and cool is wearing my shit, look at it, it's right here, see? So I liked that I was able to do that. And I still get so beyond excited when I get to look at that, because I'm like, that was my sign of I'm finally starting to make it. I hate you. I hate you.
So easy.
I hate you. I hate you so much. You have to come around the side of the camera. You have to do this because,
I don't have to do shit. It's my laptop.
Fish. Ow! I don't know if it actually got you or not. But, definitely still treasure that experience. It's always been my favorite moment to get to look back on. That was like the sign of, I'm really on my way. I'm really getting somewhere. I'm on my way to making it. But as far as interactions with the band in general, my new most favorite experience has been they actually recently commented that they loved the cover I did of Changeover, and they also promoted my Patreon on their official Twitter account, and any of you who follow me online know that I freaked out over it, because that's huge. huge. These people that you look up to in the industry are promoting you, and just I don't know. I guess I really thought that was just probably the most amazing thing that's happened to me so far. What do you think about churches banning the LGBTQ community to come into the church?
Which churches?
I don't know. I'm not really. I don't subscribe to any monotheistic religions. So I don't really feel like I can speak on this properly, as it doesn't really apply to me. Because I mean, I am bisexual and I am in a relationship with a female, but like I don't have anything to do with monotheistic churches, so it's like, eh. But I guess my personal takeaway is, if people don't accept you for your authentic self and appreciate you as you are, they don't really deserve you. There are plenty of places that will. You just try to find the right one. In the meantime, don't take this as a sign that something's wrong with you, or that you're somehow unworthy of whatever deity's love or any love from anybody. There's nothing wrong with you, sweetie. You're fine. It's those idiots that don't understand that you're the real star. So, Why are you such a bitch? Well, see, I'm such a bitch because on the morning that I was born, the world split open, the seas parted, lightning was dancing all around like a strobe light in a disco, cats started howling like dogs, and dogs turned into fish, and somewhere Brendan Urie started screeching. And that's why. All of that combined in one day. That's what made me the way I am. Guys, this was that question was sent in by my brother Jason. So that's just his idea of contributing. Also, Jason, what inspired you to make music? Honestly, I think what really got me started was I was really into writing poetry, and my grandmother was like, well, hey, why don't you just make some music? And grandma really did support me throughout all of the worst phases of my singing and lyric writing. She supported me from yellow slides to doing really bad covers of Black Veil Bride songs and Hailstorm songs in her living room, and all of the horrible stories and poems I wrote up until she passed when I was 14. She really was my first fan, and she was the first one who really acted like she believed in me and what I could do. So yeah, I guess largely it was Grandma who inspired that one. NASCAR or Formula One? Well, I know what NASCAR is, and I don't really like it. I don't know what the fuck Formula One is, but so I don't really have an opinion, I guess. I don't know. I don't like NASCAR, but that's mainly because I get really bored watching it. And yeah, no. Like, I can't even just be like some people who are like, oh, I watch it for the wrecks. Like, first of all, why do you want to watch people get injured and in car crashes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If you did say the car crash part, I would have been like, because it's funny.
And you're fucked up.
But injured, I mean, like, if you fall, and it's a rather spectacular fall, I'm gonna laugh at you.
I'm talking about NASCAR car crashes and pileups and shit. That's awful.
Well, people fucking love that shit.
People die in that shit.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that when you're watching people go around in a circle,
it's like, boring as hell.
Yeah, so when a crash happens, everyone's just like, oh, real shit?
Yeah, so I don't like NASCAR. My grandfather and my dad do. I think my uncle, my dad's brother. I don't know. They like it. I don't get it. Whatever. And I don't know can't really give you an opinion on that. What's that thing hanging on your mic in videos? Also, where'd you get your mic? How much was it? What's hanging on my mic in videos? I was wondering when someone was going to get around to asking me that question. This is a Zetsu cell phone charm. And for those of you who don't watch anime, Zetsu is from Naruto. I got a blind grab bag of Naruto cell phone charms from, like, it was like a Naruto Akatsuki cell phone charm blind grab bag thing. And I was like, fuck it. It was like not even a whole dollar. It was like 99 cents or some shit. And I just had to, like, wait 3 weeks for shipping because it was coming from China. I was like, whatever. You know, why not? I got Zetsu, Pain, Conan, Hidan, and I know I didn't get Dera, Sasori, Itachi, and I didn't get any of those. I got a couple of them, and Conan, like, hangs from my cell phone. So, yep. I don't know. That's, I put Zetsu on there because the cell phone charm looks kind of cute, and I didn't know where the fuck else to put it. And at the time we were, like, you know, in the process of moving, I was like, fuck it, at least I won't lose it. And I stuck it on there, and then when I started recording, I forgot. Didn't really notice it until recently, and then, well, just a few hours ago, somebody asked me about that, so there you go. My mic came also from China. This one shipped from Shanghai, and it came, all of it came from Shanghai. It was all from the same company. And the whole thing cost like $50, $80? I don't know, it was pretty decent pricing. It said it was also capable for performances, but I don't think I'll ever use it for that, if I can avoid it, and if I can afford it, because, like, this is really thick. And I have really small hands, and I'm worried that I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'm dropping it. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know. And also, or, like, you know, severe hand cramping, because, like, tiny hands, and this is kind of big. So, yeah. Amazon and some company I forgot the name of in Shanghai. Yeah. In your opinion, what is the most essential key to being consistently successful / happy? I don't really think there's, like, one essential key. I don't know, I think for me, like, the biggest part of it was just, and, like, to be okay on a day-to-day basis and to be happy. I love to just act on my impulses. Now, granted, I recognize the difference between impulses that are okay to act on and ones that are, well, horrible. Impulses that are okay for me to act on, like, I choose, like, choose random, like, socks in the morning. Like, I never match my socks as a superstitious thing of good luck. That's because the last 3 times I wore matching socks, I almost got hit by a car. So ever since then, I have not matched my socks. It started off as, like, my version of rebellion, because my mother was, like, super obsessive compulsive, and I was like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not gonna match my socks. I don't know. But that's, like, an impulse, like, I like to act on it. Like, my socks are all just freeform in my drawer, and I just, like, you know, what am I feeling? Boom, I'm gonna grab this sock. Oh, I'm gonna grab this sock. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Impulses also that I act on, like, you know what, I want to go on a fucking walk right now. I don't give a shit that it's a weird hour to do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I'm gonna read this book today, even though I'm still reading this one and this one and this one. I'm gonna pick this one, just because I feel like it. You know, so, I mean, just allowing yourself the freedom to do things without judging yourself. That's like, for me, that's the biggest thing. It's like, I just do that. But honestly, if you want major, actual things that make sense, that are cohesive and work, check out Ariel from Icon for Hire's YouTube channel, The Ariel Show. I pretty much go to her for everything. I love her videos. They really help out a lot. I also signed up for texts from this organization called Shine. I found it through at Spread Girl Love on Instagram. It's just like it's like really awesome motivational texts that really help me get my day started. What is the purple thing that you're always wearing? This is actually like it was originally made as like a headband. My younger cousin Angelina made it for me when she was like 9, I think. And I started finding any way to wear it for good luck every day. And it's actually, I don't know if it's probably psychosomatic, like I just think it's going to make things better. But it makes me feel better to wear it all the time. I don't know. I feel loved. So I wear it everywhere. And I love telling people about it. She crocheted it herself, which is pretty good work for a 9-year-old, you know? Like, it's held up all these years. She's like 12 now. So it's held up for like 3 years. Do you dye your hair yourself? No. I used to when I was dyeing it black. But that's because I could do that shit with my eyes closed, dude. Like, you just put the hair dye all on, boom, you're ready to go. But when I first started dyeing it just purple, I first started with pink and purple. The pink hair dye happened because I lost a bet and we ran out of pink hair dye and it was just weirdly blonde, so we threw in some purple. But after that, the purple hair dye, I didn't do that one for a while for myself either. I had like some family friend do it because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing with the bleaching process yet. If I were doing just one color now, I could probably do it myself, but I like to have multicolors, you know? I kind of got stuck on that idea when that same family friend was going through hair school and she wanted a guinea pig to do some like 2-colored hair dyeing, and I was like, fuck it, cool, you know? If it looks like shit, I'll tell everybody I did it with my eyes closed in the dark for some stupid internet challenge. But it turned out really well. It was when I first did the purple and blue, and you know, after that I was like, dude, I kind of want to keep this whole 2-color thing going. So I go to salons now. The last time I got my hair done, it was at Hair Cuttery, the outdoor mall thingy near my house. So yeah. How do you keep it healthy when you diet? I don't know. I mean, like, I use the Revlon, or no, wait, no, it's not Revlon. It's Redken. It's the Damage shampoo. That shit. That's some shit. Yeah. And sorry, every time I click out of this, it keeps going back up. Where is it? Oh. Wait, I'm not as organized as I'd like to be. This is about as organized as I get. And if you guys are wondering about the cats you've seen today, the first one, the Grey Tabby, the American Grey Tabby, was Amber. Amber's a honey badger. She doesn't give a fuck. The second one was Livy, and that's my baby. She's just an asshole. And she thinks she's a dog. Like, she'll sit and beg like a dog. And the asshole that was in the background earlier is my fiance, Rose. Yeah, she's an asshole. Let me see, the last question that made it in before this was also from one of my patrons. Hope I'm not too late. Already asked other questions on your Instagram, but I'll add this one here. What's the story behind your name change to Fury? Oh man, this is kind of a hard one. Okay, so the story behind that, I guess maybe I'll do like a long version of this some other day, but this video is already like 30 minutes long, so long story short is this is just me changing my name is kind of like becoming who I've always known I was meant to be, and just leaving behind the past. Yeah, that's it. If you guys liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you guys feel like it, you know, go ahead, follow me on Instagram. My name is my Instagram and my Twitter and everything is thisismissdark. And also, if you guys are, you know, super interested in being weird as hell and meeting other people who are crazy like you, and just, you know, wanting to wreak havoc and enact mild acts of mayhem, go ahead and join my patrons over at patreon.com/thisismissdark. If you're interested in buying handmade clothing or accessories or basically any wearable kind of art, it's all custom done, made by me, by hand. Go to darkdesigns4.etsy.com. And if you guys are at all bored, go ahead and shoot an email sometime to thisismissdark@gmail.com. If you have any extra questions you'd like me to put in the next Ask Fury Anything video I do, if you're lazy, put them in the comments down below. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys today. I will see you next time, and thanks.